Welcome to this guide on how to deploy the iPlanner Pro Outlook add-in for your organization. In this video, we will walk you through the full deployment process from preparing your users using Microsoft 365 groups to installing the add-in from Microsoft Marketplace. We will also cover 3 different ways to deploy the app. 1. From the email received from iGlobe. 2. Directly from Microsoft Marketplace. 3. From the landing page after starting a trial. Ready? Let's get started. Before deploying the add-in, it is best practice to target a specific group of users using a Microsoft 365 group. Go to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Navigate to Teams and Groups, then select Active Teams and Groups and choose Microsoft 365. Click Add a Group and select Microsoft 365. Give the group a name, such as iPlanner Pro users, assign an owner, and add the users who should receive the add-in. Once created, this group will be used to control who gets access to the add-in. You are now ready to deploy iPlanner Pro. Admins can deploy Microsoft Web add-ins easily to individual users, groups, or the entire organization. Deploying iPlanner Pro involves 2 steps. First, a global administrator must grant admin consent, so only users in your organization can access the app. This permission is granted to your users, not to iGlobe. Second, the app must be deployed to your tenant. You can complete these 2 steps in any of 3 equally valid ways. The first option is to use the email from iGlobe that you receive after starting a trial or making a purchase. Open the email and use its 2 links. One to grant admin consent and one to deploy the app to the user group you created. Sign in with a global admin account and click here to give admin consent to grant the required permissions. A pop-up will display the permissions requested for users in your tenant. Note: this is a delegated permission granted to your users in your tenant, not to iGlobe. Next, click here to start the deployment of iPlanner Pro for Outlook. This opens the integrated apps section of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center where you can complete the deployment. Be sure to select the group you created earlier. Notice: Microsoft performs tenant-wide validation and propagation to ensure add-ins work reliably across Outlook. As a result, iPlanner Pro may take up to 6 hours to appear in the Outlook ribbon. The second option is to deploy iPlanner Pro directly from Microsoft Marketplace. Search for iPlanner Pro while signed in with an admin account that can deploy apps to your tenant. You may see multiple listings, so be sure to choose the one with the Outlook icon. Click Get It Now to begin. You will be redirected to the integrated apps section of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center to complete the deployment. Be sure to select the group you created earlier. Notice: Microsoft performs tenant-wide validation and propagation to ensure add-ins work reliably across Outlook. As a result, iPlanner Pro may take up to 6 hours to appear in the Outlook ribbon. Next, sign in with a global admin account to grant admin consent for the app. A pop-up will show the permissions requested for users in your tenant. Click Accept. Note: this is a delegated permission granted to your users in your tenant, not to iGlobe. Getting started with iPlanner Pro. To use iPlanner Pro, a one-time approval, admin consent, is required in your organization. iPlanner Pro uses the Microsoft Graph API to securely connect Outlook with Microsoft Planner, Teams, SharePoint, and other Microsoft 365 services. This allows you to work with your tasks directly from Outlook. Your data stays within your organization. iPlanner Pro does not store any of your data. iGlobe does not have access to your tenant or your data. All permissions are granted only within your Microsoft 365 environment. The first time iPlanner Pro is opened from Outlook, you will be asked to give admin consent. If you are a global administrator, you can complete the setup in a few clicks. Click Give Admin Consent, review the requested permission from Microsoft, and click Accept. Once completed, all users in your organization can start using iPlanner Pro. If you are a user, no worries, this is expected. Copy the link from Request Admin Consent. Send it to your IT administrator or global admin. As soon as consent is given, you'll be able to use iPlanner Pro right away. The third option is to deploy iPlanner Pro through the subscription app in Microsoft Marketplace. This listing is the SaaS app. Starting this option begins a free 30-day trial automatically. Important: you can cancel within the first 30 days without being charged. To change or cancel the subscription, go to Billing Your Products in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. In Microsoft Marketplace, search for iPlanner Pro and sign in with an admin account that can deploy apps to your tenant. You may see multiple listings, so be sure to choose the SaaS app. After you start the trial, you will be taken to a landing page where you can deploy the app. Click the Deployment button to open the Integrated Apps section of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center and begin deployment. Be sure to select the group you created earlier. Next, click the Consent button to grant admin consent. A pop-up will display the permissions requested for users in your tenant. Click Accept. Note: this is a delegated permission granted to your users in your tenant, not to iGlobe. You have now successfully deployed the iPlanner Pro Outlook add-in to your users.